justice and peace and equality.
Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. And today we're here with Mr. Deqoun Phillips. How you doing today, Mr. Phillips?
I'm blessed. How you doing?
Motivational speaker.
Yes, sir.
Survivor.
Yes, sir.
Man, your story. Phenomenal story, brother.
Appreciate it.
Phenomenal story.
Appreciate it.
Addiction.
Man.
What? God.
Yeah.
God. Come on, man. I'm glad somebody said it, man. 16 years old.
Yeah.
You're in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Got rebellious, got the big head.
Okay.
Yeah. They want to abide by grandma rules. Grandma no grenade rules.
Okay.
So, grandma said, you got to go.
Yeah.
And stood on that. Didn't care about you my grandchild. She stood on that. You got to go. So I had to go.
Okay.
And I figured it out. That wasn't the right place to be in the street.
Well,
the street swallow you whole.
What were some of the vices that pulled you in the streets, like that made you go the direction that you went? We're talking about growing up and trying to find your way. It's a lot of young boys out here just trying to find their way. Where did you see yourself at where you say, hey man, I know right from wrong, but I choose this way?
Seeing people's in the streets, like cousins, uncles.
Okay.
I had an uncle that had women. That's all he was known for, had women.
Right.
Had an uncle that was in the street, sold a lot of drugs in the street.
Okay.
Cousins that did a lot of gambling. I want to see the things I seen. I want to try it.
Yeah.
Well, if you go back though a little bit, I also had a little church background too as well.
Okay.
So, by me being in the church, I really, my mind was on being in the church.
Right.
But I started getting a rebellious mind. My mind started looking the other way, like I said, them cousins and them uncles and the different ones I seen, the music at the time. You know what I'm saying? We had pop then.
Yeah.
So NWA and stuff like that. So them kind of things like, I'm finna try this out. And when I tried it, it wasn't the way to go.
It wasn't the way to go, man. We grew up in an age where I think music changed from fight the power, Public Enemy, fight the power, to, degrading women, being the biggest drug dealers, having to find a car, music changed from the 80s to the 90s. If you grew up anywhere in the 90s, I believe we 80s babies, so we grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
And
we had a lot of influence coming out of music back then.
Tell us the state of music in the 90s and what music did to the culture of those who were growing up during that time.
During that time, you had a lot of drug dealing going on. That was like the ending of the crack cocaine era, but kind of jumping up on the cocaine era back again, so to speak, kind of putting the coating back on from the 60s and 70s, like it's added on, and then it started with our community.
Okay.
Our community, we took it and ran a whole different way with it. Right.
You
see, because back then, cocaine was for the rich people.
Yeah.
Rich people did cocaine. We had to sell it for the $5 hits, $2 hits, you know what I'm saying? The crack cocaine. Because we got something, we went into something that we shouldn't have went into. You know what I'm saying? So to speak, we cooking up different drugs. When we start cooking up, it started messing with people's mentals and their health, and the family started breaking apart.
Right.
In the 90s, they music, Uncle Luke them type, we had the booty shaking then, the Laffy Taffy, snap, snapping back then.
Yeah.
But all that kind of went away when all of the murder, kill came along.
Yes.
And it's like when the murder, kill came along, it never stopped. It got worse. And when it leading from the 90s to the 2000s, at every generation it get worse. Like now, everybody, they enjoy the popping pills.
Yeah.
The fentanyl area.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm so high. I understand what you're saying. That type. It wasn't like that when we was coming up in the 90s.
Okay.
We had people that were doing they had their addictions, but they still went to work.
Yeah.
They still make sure their kids had food on their table, make sure the kids went to school. But now it's who called?
Right.
Who called? That's where I'm going.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's not stable now like it used to be back then. We had people that back then that kind of guided us to, nah, you can't go over there and do that. You don't need to go do that. But we still didn't. We listened to it, but we didn't listen to it.
Okay. Now, when we talk about the music of the '90s, and we talked about I think the '90s made people feel like you had to be that dude,
that guy. Or her.
Oh, that her.
Because, back then, they were like everybody rocking the gold chains.
Yeah.
You had the Cutlasses and the Chevrolets, and everybody had the beat. It was more like a competition thing back then.
Yeah.
If you so to speak.
Chevys on 24.
Yeah. You had the 24, then you had the 26s jumped out there. Like everybody, it was like a competing game. Had to compete.
Okay. And so now, growing up in that time, and let's grow up in the childhood, because you say you grew up in the church. How did life start out for DeQuan Phillips? I mean, before the streets. What did life look like?
Oh, man. A loving family. A loving mom, loving dad. Make sure I had everything I needed, not everything I wanted. Everything I needed. My grandma and my granddaddy, they stayed on me to do the schoolwork, do this around the house. When I was coming up, we were raised on morals.
Okay.
Respect.
Right.
Principles.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You got to have those. If you lacking one, you got to go get it.
You
got to have it. Because that's something my granddad and my uncles them they stalled on us was, I know you don't heard the saying, put something back for a rainy day.
Man.
As a child, you don't know what that means.
Yes.
You don't know what that means.
Yes.
But as you get older, you understand them old sayings.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I reckon. Stuff like that.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, indirectly. Like my grandma used to say.
And I had people that meant what they said and they stood on that.
Okay.
And when I was brought up in the church, my grandma and granddad, they were real deep in the church.
Okay.
Deacons and mothers of the church.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
The elders and the S's and stuff. Yeah.
And so by them being in the church, by their prayers and stuff, keeping me locked in with them at the church, and keeping me from a lot of things at a young age. For what I see things, but I don't see it.
Right.
Because I know if I go ahead and do this, I'm gonna get my butt tore up. Come that belt, they switch. We grew up in the area. You got whooping for real. You got whooped.
Yeah.
Take them that child abuse, man.
Take them clothes off.
Yeah, we get in the tub. That tight. Get in the tub. You in the baths and that thing. You getting hit.
Come on, bro. I mean, but these kids, they be hollering child abuse.
Nah, it wasn't none of that.
No whipping, no whipping.
Yeah. So our people say, well, call the police. You still get hit when they get here.
Absolutely.
And that meant that. They stood on that.
They meant that.
But I came from that type of era that everything was installed in me.
Okay.
You can't depend on nobody else.
Right.
You got to do it yourself.
Right.
Because my grandma and granny used to always say, I'm not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Little sayings like that, you recognize that now when they leave.
Okay.
Or as you get older.
Yes.
So as a child, you don't think about none of that. On a child, I just want to play and get what I can get into and get out of it.
Right, right.
I also, as a child, I did things. As a child, we do things.
Yeah.
I cussed and did little things. Play high and go get. The little humpy season. We did all that. But around them, I'm a whole different type of person.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. But I ain't around them. No. Why? Yeah. You don't tell me. You ain't my mama. You feel what I'm saying? Things that kids do. I did kid things too as well.
Yeah.
That was before the addiction kicked in.
Okay. Man, so it looks like now you talk about mom and dad, and then I know early when we started the show you were talking, grandmama kick you out. Where did the transition go from mom and dad to grandma? Did you move out of the house with mom and dad and move in with grandma and granddad, or what happened between that childhood and that young adult phase?
Grandma let me do what I want to do, so to speak. I was her baby. I was her first grandchild. So
okay.
I kind of got away with a lot. Dealing with grandma.
Okay.
Not so much with granddad. Granddad, he ain't with all that. But grandma I was her heart. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
All her grandkids are heart, but I was the one that can get away with a little bit more. Everybody said I was spoiled.
Correct.
But I want to stay with my grandma, and I asked my grandma, "Can I stay with her?" She was like, "Yeah."
Okay.
And that's when back then you learned to ask the person you want to stay with first, then you go ask mama them.
Yeah.
So I already got the okay from grandma. So when I went to mama, and mama kind of looking crazy. Grandma said, "I don't care, he can do it." And that was it.
Okay.
And I stayed with grandma. You know, I stayed with my mama and grandma, but I stayed with grandma and went to school. But when me and grandma have our way, I want to go back home to mama.
Right.
When me and mama get into it, my mama and dad get into it, I want to go back home to grandma.
Okay.
You know, just like that. But it wasn't no friction in there like that. It's just something I wanted to do. And then at the time, my mom, we had moved from I was staying in Monroe, Georgia, and I wanted to keep going to school now because I knew everybody down there.
Okay, it was country.
Nah, so, yeah.
It's country down there, boy. Yes, sir.
So, I just wanted to be around everybody I knew. You know what I'm saying? I got people on both sides. Some people in Atlanta, too, that's on my dad's side.
Okay.
So, that's where I grew up at. So, I felt the more comfortable staying with my grandmama.
Okay.
Because, like I said, I got away with pretty much with my grandma long she ain't around.
Right. Now,
so, that's how that went.
Now, so you say grandma gave a little bit of leniency, you know, and you know, you kind of bounced away, you know, from grandma to mama house. Like the drugs, and you talked about uncles and cousins and older cousins. How did the drugs come in the scene? How did tasting that alcohol? You know, that alcohol is something. With
gin. I was on gin, man.
Oh, that's what the big cousins.
I was on that naughty head. Yeah. I was on that real naughty head. I was on that naughty head. So they don't know that. The drinkers today don't know that about that. That naughty head.
Yeah.
Because you drink that naughty head, you can drink anything. That's what they can say. But I got introduced to cocaine from a female.
Wow.
A stripper. I was at this time when I was 16. At this time, I had grandma had put me out. I was just really roaming the streets. Ain't got to be in the street. Just roaming the streets, sleeping here, where I could sleep at. It wasn't homeless, but I could sleep where I wanted to sleep at. You know.
Right.
Had a house, but I got introduced to the drinking alcohol, to the gin. Gin is my first liquor. I drank gin, and back then they had Hurricane. The Hurricane beer. Remember that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's what got me started on that.
Yes,
so
sir.
around about 17, I started rapping.
That's the old folk logo.
Yeah. And St. the real deal. Yeah. So 17, I started rapping with this local rap group called Thugs Nation.
Okay.
And we were rapping, you know, doing shows and things and whatnot. And I had moved on from grandma and mom and them now. I'm in the streets for real.
Yeah, the street. Okay.
So this night here, we just so happened in the strip club, and this stripper walked up to me. We was in the I want to say Nikki Club Nicky's.
Yeah.
I think we're Club Nicky's.
Yeah.
I think we're Club Nicky if I'm not mistaken. The Gentleman Club, one of the two.
Okay.
Cause them the two used to hit all the time.
Yeah, definitely.
And the female ever said, "You ever did cocaine before?"
No.
I was like, "Yeah." She was like, "You for real?" I'm like, "Y'all did cocaine." So she give me the cocaine, and I'm trying to hit the cocaine, but I don't know how to hit the cocaine. I'm flexing.
Okay.
I ain't never did no cocaine.
Okay.
I'm flexing.
Putting on.
Yeah.
She bad.
So yeah, she tough.
So you gotta act like you know.
Yeah, I know what we're doing, like the game, you know, the game down packed and everything. So I'm trying to hit the cocaine. I braved on her. She like, "You don't know how to hit no cocaine." She said, "Get on my power."
Yeah.
So she got it. She like, "This how you?" I said, "I know how to do it." So when I hit it for real.
Yeah.
When she showed me how to, when I did that, man, it like everything just like that. My whole life changed from that point on.
From there, okay.
I was chasing that same high.
From day one.
From day one. From that first snort, I was chasing that same snort for 20-something years.
Wow.
So as in me rapping with Thugs Nation and doing the cocaine, and the rap thing didn't go too good. But before the rap thing didn't go too good, I go home and tell grandma about it. Grandma, I'm rapping and I'm finna do, I'm be on TV, I'm finna do this.
Yeah.
She just gave me a little puzzle look. She said, "That ain't what God wants you to do. You ain't gonna make it." Like, grandma, you ain't proud of me?
Come on.
You feel me? But that ain't what God wanted me to do.
That ain't what God wants you to do.
And you know, and everybody else I know that grandmamas have that knowledge. They see things we don't see.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so as the years passed and the rap thing didn't go good, I went back to Monroe, back and forth to Atlanta, and Monroe started doing 8 pills, extra pills. And I started doing the extra pills. I'm doing like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pills in one walk. Okay. Popping pills and snort cocaine, and I'm drinking, and the love for women. I love having parties. I love them women. I love them parties. You know how Diddy had freak out. We had Nike in with that night ins. We shut in all night.
Yeah,
you know. And sometimes you be so high you can't even touch the woman.
Come on, man.
If people don't understand that part, they were like, "Man, you partying all night," but half of the time you just high as stuff. You can't do nothing.
Man, hey, you know, we gonna go to commercial break, and you know, we gonna talk about this addiction some more, man, because that's, I believe that's where it starts at. It doesn't really happen a certain kind of way. It just happens. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about, you know, some of the struggles you went through during that crisis, man. Game Changers Magazine, Game Changers Media Network, Voices of the Village podcast, where change starts with conversation. I'm with my boy pt1. You guys stay tuned.
Justice and peace and equality. Now the world they will see.